Hello, and welcome to your esoteric collective reading today. Hope you all are having a good day. Currently lighting a candle for you. If you're wondering, it's a white pumpkin and oak wood candle. Hopefully you enjoy those vibes and a little bit of ASMR since the microphone is right next to it, as you can see. So today we're going to get into a little bit of a reading. I have already gotten a couple of synchronicities for you for this reading. So obviously, as you can see, the color blue. This blanket is a variety of shades of blue, maybe even a little teal. So those colors could be representations for you, or maybe you've been seeing a lot of teal and blue and you're kind of just like, wow, that's interesting that I'm seeing so much of those colors. Another synchronicity that I have that's a song is You Make Love and Fun from Fleetwood Mac, my bad. It makes me think of the oak wood and the candle, but yeah. So you could be listening to some Fleetwood Mac, maybe that song's come on a couple times and you're questioning it. But yeah, so we're going to get into this collective reading. Those synchronicities don't have to apply to you. They're just more of an extra confirmation that you're in the right place at the right time. But as we do this reading, if you find that this message does not connect to you, either you can check out some of my other readings to see if those do, or you can just go on your merry way doing your thing. Also, I should note, I have a cat, and because he's a cat, he's gotta do cat things. So like now, you may see him on the screen every once in a while. I will make sure he's safe with the fire, no worries. But you may also hear a little bit of shuffling in the background. That's just him playing with cat toys, as he does. So we're going to get into it. What does the collective need to hear today? If you got a coffee, now would be a good time for that. I have coffee with me right now too. But yeah, just not really a quick reading, but I just got the vibe of quick. So first card to come out is Page of Cups. Well, isn't that interesting? So the Page of Cups, it's about usually receiving, if we're going with your receiving, in this case, receiving a emotional offer. It doesn't have to be romance, but it totally could be, especially with that synchronicity song we had with You Make Love and Fun. This could totally be, maybe you're quickly going to receive a, love offer, if you will. Could also just mean that you're going to receive information or a message that is going to have a very emotional effect on you. So like I think of like if you were to get a job offer, but the job is your dream job, then obviously that would be a little bit more of an emotional moment, despite the fact that obviously with the job, that is more material, right? So it doesn't have to be love, but totally could be. But maybe you're anticipating a love offer, if you will. Let's get some more information on this Page of Cups. Whoa, okay. The Knight of Swords came out. So Knight of Swords, all the knights in the deck for tarot are action cards. So Knight of Swords, I believe, is the second fastest. Excuse me. There we go. I had to burp real quick. Burps are also like a release of energy, so it could be confirmation for you. But that's the idea that if we're talking about specifically the speed of the suits, swords are the second fastest, right? It's the idea that with wands, it's very fast because passion, it's like a spark, it goes really quickly. The next thing after that is swords, because if you think it's as quick as a thought, right? And then I believe after that you have cups, so like as you let it flow, right? The Knight of Cups is very much like letting everything flow to you, not rushing it, although flowing could be as fast as a river going downhill, so like, it's whatever flows, right? And then Knight of Pentacles being kind of, it's a long time coming, there's blood, sweat, and tears in this is the kind of vibe I get from Knight of Pentacles. So considering we have that Knight of Swords, it could be that somebody's very much thinking, and there goes my cat with the cat toys, very much could be somebody's thinking about giving you this Page of Cups, telling you about what they're thinking about you, about how they're feeling. This feels like somebody who is almost like analyzing their emotions for you through their mind, but we'll get some more into that. Knight of Swords can also be about like people just talking, chattering. Sometimes if it's out of balance, it can be like gossip and stuff. So that kind of mentality, right, of chatter, talking. People are thinking and talking about their feelings towards you. And I want to get more on this Knight of Swords. What is this Knight of Swords trying to tell us here about this Page of Cups? Okay. Ooh, Ten of Cups. Alright. And it's sideways. So for me, sideways cards means like that's the current energy, which makes sense because it's also like in line with our candle, our starting point, right? So Ten of Cups is commonly attributed to being a marriage card. Doesn't necessarily have to be. However, if we're going with the love reading, this person could totally be like daydreaming about like marriage with you if you're into that. I just saw 555 on the timer, so that's cool. 5 is a number of change. It's also a number of conflict, hence, you know, maybe that Knight of Swords. Maybe this person in the past has been, I say in the past because we have the 10, but I'll get to that. Maybe this person in the past has kind of a debated almost themselves about their feelings towards you, and now that we're at that 10 of Cups, it's like, no, I know what I want, or at least I know what I feel, you know. It's that, I get that, I think it's the song Chest from 5 Seconds of Summer. I might be wrong on that, but something along the lines of like, I know how I feel. I might not know what I like think, but I know how I feel. Or maybe this person does know how they're thinking, because I'll be honest, while a knight is not a king, a knight is action. So it could be that this person has completed an emotional journey about their feelings towards you, about maybe they're thinking about, is this person I'm thinking about marriage material, right? Is this person somebody that I can see holding me in my worst days and letting me celebrate them on their best, right? It's that idea with that 10 of Cups very much feels like they have gone through that emotional journey about this. And because of that, they feel like this is the one, if you will, right? So we've got that Knight of Swords with that action of like, okay, now that I know emotionally where I'm at, what I feel, now let's move on to thinking about how I can make something happen, right? Let's get more on this 10 of Cups energy. Interesting. We got 8 of Pentacles. And it kind of like flipped on me in a way. Like flipped and then like landed on my chest a little bit. So if you're feeling that song Chest from 5 Seconds of Summer, I would recommend listening to that. It might be synchronicity for you right now. But 8 of Pentacles is about like the hard work showing proof, right? I commonly use this example that I have from one of my old decks where it was like, actually I feel like I'm probably supposed to pull another one with that 8 of Pentacles, so we're going to pull one more about that 8 of Pentacles. But point being, I had this old deck where the 7 of Pentacles was a woman making pies, and so that idea that like you put all that work into the 7 of Pentacles, you're you know, making the ingredients, you're preparing the pie crust, and then that 8 of Pentacles is like the pie coming out of the oven, right? It's that idea of seeing the finalized, maybe not even finalized, but like your version, the project is finished kind of a vibe, right? Okay, this is a little bit of a side note, but while I'm pulling the cards for 8 of Pentacles, it kind of reminds me, I'm a Markiplier fan, and he's releasing Iron Lung right now, well not right now, on January 30th, I believe. In another example, it's kind of like how, you know, he's been in the 7 of Pentacles, working on this, creating the vision, and then releasing that product, having it finished and in your hand, is that 8 of Pentacles. And so maybe the crowd's reaction and the fortune and fame and what have you that you get after that, that could be your 9 and 10 of Pentacles. Hence why I don't want to say finalized, because with things that are material, you can be working on them, but if the other person hasn't seen it yet, then you're not done, right? So that could be an example, but let's get more on this 8 of Pentacles. This person could have been like, okay, I really want to make something material happen here, and after a long time thinking about how I feel and what I want to do, there's some material like, okay, let's go. Oh, and as I said that, y'all saw that, right? It just fucking, oh, just right there, perfectly. I'm not even going to touch it, because why would I? See, this is why you follow your intuition. I was like, I know this spread looks pretty, but I feel like I need another card, and then the Tower card flying out perfectly on that 10 of Cups, and the bottom of the deck energy is the World. So, The World card is about endings. It could be the ending to your single days, low-key, but it also is about, like, the World Wide Web, right? So you could be receiving electronic communication from this person, especially with that tower landing on the Ten of Cups. It's giving, like, low-key proposal energy. Now, it doesn't have to be proposal of marriage. Could be proposal of a promise ring. Could be proposal of, hey, do you want to work with me? Because I think that you'd be a good business partner, right? I don't want you to take this in a way where it's not relating to your life right now. However, if you've been picking up on a vibe that you might be hearing something a little bit more lovey-dovey, a little bit emotionally gratifying, I will say, this could totally be that. Like, that's really interesting that the Tower card just flew just right there on that Ten of Cups. Because like I said earlier, that Ten of Cups is commonly attributed to being like a happy family, marriage card, you know, sunny days ahead kind of a thing. So, very, very interesting. I'm going to pull like one or two more on the Tower, and then we're going to go into how you're feeling about this connection, about this Page of Cups, about this individual who wants to offer you. But right now, I kind of want to jump over this Tower. Interesting. So we got the Hierophant, and then another card came out, and I gotta flip it. Okay, so it's kind of like that. I'm gonna leave it like that for your ease of seeing sake. But I should note, one, that's Seven of Cups in reverse, if you're wondering. And then also, the bottom of the deck energy was Four of Wands, which is another, like, happy celebration marriage card. Like, if you want a marriage card in the deck, it's Four of Wands and Hierophant, which you both got. And then we have this Seven of Cups in reverse. So Seven of Cups in general can be, it's one of those cards where depending on the context, it can be a very, very, like, cool thing or very, very, like, oh fuck, I gotta do shadow work kind of a thing. And that could be the tone for this. That idea of, like, also it's a card of, like, dreams, I should say. So maybe if I'm clarifying the Seven of Cups in reverse, it's this idea of, like, Seven of Cups in general is, it's like getting in your dreams, picking a dream kind of a thing. But it being in reverse gives me the vibe of, like, it's interesting. Sorry, I got distracted. There was a white car outside my window. Can I get more clarification on this Seven of Cups in reverse? It could be the vibe that maybe they've, like, dreamt about that idea of marriage with you, but they're not sure if it's, like, actually gonna, like, if you want that too, kind of a thing. It could be that they feel like life with you is a dream or a delusion that they'll never have. Seven of Cups is a very versatile card. Oh, okay. And then the Lovers came out in reverse, and it landed on my iPad. So, just kind of, I feel like this is one of those things where they might be a little bit afraid of what you're gonna say when they offer you this Ten of Cups, Tower, Four of Wands, Hierophant, Eight of Pentacles energy, right? Because we've got the Lovers in reverse and then the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. So it's like they're coming with this offer. They know they want to give this offer. I don't think they realize whether or not you want it, and maybe that's why I felt channeled to also pull for your side of, like, how are you feeling about this connection, right? Because with the Lovers in general, it's about, like, deciding, and so while it doesn't necessarily have to be about love, the whole point of that card was deciding, like, okay, and for example, deciding of who you want to be with, who you want to live with, that idea of, like, is this person marriage material, right? I just saw 1411 on the timer, so 1's all about new beginnings, and then 4 with that Four of Wands we just saw. Also 4 is, like, a number of, like, you are protected, and then your source of divinity is with you at all times, so, I would say don't be afraid of this connection. If you're not open to it, then that's fair, you have free will, but don't be afraid of it, I would say. This could be very much a new beginning for you, but I feel like they might be a little bit, I don't want to say nervous, but maybe a little nervous that you're not going to say yes, you know? And so I kind of want to figure out why, but I feel like that's going to be more on your side. So I'm going to leave the Chariot, which happened to be The Four of Wands is right under it, so LOL. Anyways, that card really wants to come out. But let's get your energy on this Page of Cups. How are you feeling about this individual who wants to offer you this Page of Cups? What's going on there? Because this person clearly wants to level up with you, so how are you feeling about that? Interesting. Okay. So, Four of Cups in reverse. Four of Cups in general, I think of it like being given a gift from God or gift from a universe or whatever your version of divinity is. It's that idea of like, but you're ignoring it. That's what it means when it's upright. Like, you're given a gift and you're given this cup, but you're too busy looking at your 3 spilt cups kind of a thing. But that being in reverse, it gives me kind of the opposite energy, where it's like, you're looking at all your stuff, you're in your own thing, and you may be like in your own energy, trying to like figure out life. This is an emotional card with a cup suit, so also with the 6 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, maybe you're even working on some shadow work right now with your inner child, right? Maybe it's that idea of you're kind of in your own energy, but every once in a while, you'll pick up on a little vibe, maybe a little nudge from your intuition, like, hey, somebody's thinking about you in a certain way, and I don't think you're ignoring it. I don't think you're ignoring it. But let's get some more on the 4 of Cups in reverse, if you could clarify, please. Ooh, the Emperor and the Queen of Cups. Wow. Okay. And then we have, you can see that Ace of Pentacles and Hangman sticking out on the bottom of the deck. Like literally just sticking out. So that idea of, while I adjust the camera real quick, maybe you've been kind of thinking about this person a little bit, and you're kind of like, maybe they could be my Emperor. I also see that maybe you're feeling some feelings for this person. I don't know if it's like, okay, you know yourself best. So if this next part I say does not relate to you, don't take it. However, with that Emperor and that Queen of Cups, it's giving the vibe of like, when I saw, so I pulled those 2 cards, those cards came out together. And the Emperor coming out first, I was like, oh, maybe the next card will be the Empress. That'd be interesting. But then it was the Queen of Cups. So it's like this energy of you might not feel as like ready as this person is. If you're also in that 4 of Cups in reverse energy, it could be like maybe you're a little bit worried that you're not going to be quote unquote enough for this person, which straight up you are, because you're a human and therefore you are worthy of love and experiencing it. So I want to make that very fucking clear. I just saw 181 on the timer, which 1 again with that new beginnings, but 8 is also a number of abundance, which you inherently deserve via you being a human and good. Which good, I just mean like you care about people and yourself too in the world, and maybe even the environment, you know? Like, as a human, you are deserving of love. So if you are feeling those feelings and maybe you're not there yet, or maybe you're not enough, I want you to know that those feelings are anxiety. Those feelings are feelings that were taught to you to shame you for what you deserve. And that's not fair to you, to have to go with that mindset that you were taught to put you in a box when you don't deserve to be in the box, especially alone. So, I'm going to pull some more, but I want to make it real clear. You are deserving of love regardless, whoever tells you otherwise. But I'm feeling like I kind of want to get a little bit more on how are you feeling about this Page of Cups. How are you feeling about this Page of Cups? Alright. 6 of Swords. That's a fun card to get. And then in reverse, 4 of Swords. Interesting. Okay. So normally with the 4 of Swords in reversed, I would say that's kind of another mental anxiety card to get. But then we also have the 6 of Swords upright. So with Judgment being on the bottom of the deck energy, if you can see that. Let me get a little closer. There you go. Which again, with that action, we started off immediately with that Knight of Swords and Page of Cups, so that action is occurring, right? I am feeling like maybe you see that this could go somewhere well, but you're a little bit concerned that it's gonna, like, be another lesson to learn. You could be thinking that this could be, because I should note that the Wheel of Fortune did want to come out, but it didn't come out all the way, so I kept pulling cards, and that's when we got the Six of Swords and Four of Swords in reverse. So, this idea of, like, maybe you think this could be a wheel spin for the good, right? You're thinking about this connection with that Four of Cups in reverse, you're aware of it, you're thinking about it, and maybe you're like, this could be really good for me, or it could be another lesson, and lessons can hurt to learn. Especially if it's the same lesson over again. Which, with that Four of Swords in particular, if it was Three of Swords, I wouldn't say this. But with that Four of Swords, it's like, I've already been through heartache. I've already had to recuperate myself. Is this something that's going to push me forward with that Six of Swords? Or is this connection something that's going to have to put me back in that repercussion, taking care of myself after being hurt kind of an energy, right? And so, that idea of, basically, is this person worth it? Which 2112 on the timer, that's up to you to decide. I can't tell you that. However, I would like to ask if this is the best vibe for them, for the collective, if you will. Specifically clarifying, specifically? I never say specifically. Oh, that's fucked up. Okay, so normally I'm somebody who always says specifically, and I just said specifically. So, maybe you live on the Pacific Coast, I don't know. But with that Six of Swords and that Four of Swords in reverse, I would love to know more about how you're feeling about this connection, or how it would be for you. Like, is it something that you could learn from in a good way? What's the vibes? Whoa, so many cards came out. Holy shit. Okay. So many. Oh, okay. Well, okay. So I'm just going to show you what's in my hands, and then the one that fell on the ground. But, as you can see, it kind of exploded. So we've got the Temperance with the Hermit, that idea that this person has been thinking about this, or maybe you've been thinking about this, you've been in that Hermit mode with that Four of Swords, right? And you're at that Temperance, you've healed what you needed to heal. You've gone in and you've healed from the previous heartaches, right? Especially with that Six of Wands, right? It's that energy, especially with that Six of Swords. It's bringing back that vibe of, you have earned the right and the, motivation, I'll say, to experience love again. Maybe with somebody new, maybe not. But with that Queen of Wands right under it, it's like, you're that bitch. You deserve to be treated like that bitch. Not like a bitch, but like that bitch, right? This is something that's vibes, which bottom of the deck energy being Wheel of Fortune, like I mentioned earlier, kind of came out. So, hi kitty. He wanted me to throw a cat toy for him. But with that Four of Pentacles that fell, that was the one that went on the ground, hence why I'm taking that one. It's this idea of you wanting to have control over your reality, or maybe a previous version held really tightly to a version of, like, wanting to have a control in reality. Maybe that's the thing that you went through that hermit phase with. That could be the lesson that you've had to learn of, like, letting go of the control to experience new things, surprising things, unexpected things, right? I'm gonna get one more card, and then that'll be it. Interesting. Okay. I feel like I should just note that the Page of Swords came out, as you can see there, and then I have Ace, Ace, and Judgment again, with Nine of Pentacles, that next step, that Eight of Pentacles with the Comfort. So, all in all, I'm going to say, get ready for this new beginning. If you decide to say yes to this, I feel like it could be really good for you, very healing. I feel like it might be, it might feel, or, okay, let me restart. You might be thinking if it's worth it or not, and, like, debating that in your head, but this feels really good for you, like a very much new beginning, a little bit of a refresh, if you will, and I feel like this could be very healing in particular. Again, with that Nine of Pentacles, it's like, this is the next step for you. This is what you've earned for being your best self. You know, like we mentioned earlier, you maybe you've been doing some shadow work, maybe you really like making sure that you're on your shit recently, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally even. And I feel like this person, whether or not you decide to agree or accept the offer, this is going to be a really good connection for you. I feel like this is going to be... I'm looking forward to seeing if there's any comments on this video, because this is an incredibly interesting reading. I'm not going to say too much else, but I just hope that you have a great time and that this message might be coming kind of fast. So let it be what it is and feel through your heart and know that you are worthy of good things and good experiences and good opportunities. But I'm going to end it off with an All of You is Magic card. These cards are really good for like meditations or visualization practices. So we're just going to do a quick one real quick. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to pull one. Interesting. Okay. So, take a second to meditate on this imagery, if it brings any thoughts, feelings, or emotions to mind. Also maybe memories. All the decks listed will be in the description if you are interested. And let's get to reading. Lean into your softness. There is nothing you need to do in this moment to be worthy of ease. And I'm going to read that one more time if you feel called to close your eyes and really just like lean into this energy. Lean into your softness. There is nothing you need to do in this moment to be worthy of ease. And then with the little ritual at the bottom. Hold yourself gently as you would a loved one. You can even rock from side to side or hum your favorite lullaby. Very cool. But yeah, that is it for today's message. I hope you enjoyed. If you feel called to, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. Also, if you're here still, please check out my linktree in my YouTube description and YouTube bio to help donate money to Palestine, Sudan, Congo, Yemen, and Haiti. The whole point of that linktree is to help put money to where money can help people live better lives. So if you're interested in doing that, please feel free to check that out. Also, if you're an immigrant, particularly in the United States, I hope you have a fantastic day today. And I hope you get to experience a bonfire or maybe just a campfire with some friends. I feel like that warm energy right now in these winter months would be really heartwarming and also just nice and comfortable. So I hope you get to experience a bonfire or just a campfire. But yeah, have a great day, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.